The Lord is our shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh I like down in a green pastures. Him leadeth I beside still water them. Him restoreth I soul. Him leadeth I in the path of righteousness for him name's sake. Yea! Though I RASTA, I go walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I can't fear no evil. For thy rod and thy staff them comforted I and I. Unu prepareth a table before I, in the presence of our enemy them. Unu anointed I head with no oil. My cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy I go follow I all the days of I life. Me I go dwell in the house of the Lord God Jah. Kedema we gromabe. How ma uso bolisa? I don't know what to. It was sick player 4. How atanyu mo o you waladong. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonemo, where we speak truth to power. Now here we don't criticize, but if we must, it would only be on one condition: to build and not to destroy. That is why we keep saying we are in the service of God and country. Again, here we are not neutral, never claim to be, because we have taken sides. The side of the truth. That is why we keep saying we are the headquarters of the truth. This is the address of the truth. And my name, Black Rasta. Now in every traditional African home there is a black pot. And each time this black pot sits on the fire, there is something super sumptuous cooking. Ingredients of so many different types, shapes and sizes, aromas and even flavors. Put aside all their differences and relocate into the black pot, where they are subjected to some really good amount of heating. At the end of the day, they produce sumptuous food in all its palatability for the nourishment of the whole family, of course, in its whole entirety. That is what we do here, literally. We pick up ideas from all walks of life, all and sundry, the rank and file of our people, from every nook and cranny, and subject that to some crucial forensic scrutiny. At the end of the day, we tease out the creme de la creme of all these ideas and use that for the development of our people, our continent, our land. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonemo. And here we speak truth to power. If you are looking for the truth, this is the address of the truth. And I am most excited to be with you. If you are here for politics, you will be disappointed, because here we don't do politics. What we do is called patriotism. It's all about our country. That is why we have the slogan, our country or nothing. Notre pays ou rien. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonemo. And here we speak truth to power. And today is the 30th of December, Tuesday. I'm most excited to be with you. We are live on Facebook. We are also live on YouTube. You can also find us on Instagram. Find us also on X, formerly called Twitter. We are also on TikTok, where we keep ticking and talking with the hands of the clock. My brother, my sister, this is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonemo. And here we speak truth to power. Our numbers are scrolling on the screen. Pick up the numbers and do business with us. We are most excited to also follow up on stories that you have, and you trust us to be able to do justice to these stories. We are ever excited to follow up on your stories. Remember, this is the headquarters of the truth. The only thing we have here is credibility. Oh my God. Integrity. Patriotism. All these years, that has been our best friend, the truth. Today we have 3 very important stories to look at. But do me a favor. If you have not subscribed to this channel yet, hit on the subscription button. You could also hit on the notification bell so that each time we are on, you will be reminded to watch us. 3 very beautiful stories. If you are ready, come with me. It's a Blakk pot, aka Kukushonamo. And here we speak truth to power. 3 very important stories to look at. Please share the broadcast so that many more people can be part of it. If you are ready, I am more than ready. Let's get ready to rumble. Story number 1. Watch this. Sammy Gyamfi brutally attacks hypocrite KOJO Oppong Nkrumah. Now, who is Sammy Gyamfi? Samuel Gyamfi. He was born on the 28th of March in 1989. So that gives him 36 years. And he was born in Sunyane, in the then Bono Ahafo region. Sammy Gyamfi is a brilliant lawyer. When he speaks, my brother, you get to love knowledge. When he speaks, you get to love communication. He has communication skills. He went to the St. James Seminary. And then right after that, he went to the Oppong Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. He ended up going to law school. And now he can be considered as one of the learned people in this country. They call each other learned friends. I cannot call him a learned friend. I can only say my colleague who is learned or my friend who is learned. My brother, my sister, this is Sammy Gyamfi. In 2025, when President John Dramani Mahama won power to become president of the nation again, unprecedentedly, everybody knew Sammy Gyamfi was going to grab a position. But not many thought that he would be put at the helms of affairs of the most important metal in the country, gold. He trusted Sammy Gyamfi well enough to be able to man the fortunes of our gold in this country. And many people applauded. I was one of those who did. I like to see young men and women come run with the wheels of the nation well greased. And I thought that Sammy Gyamfi was somebody who will do that. And so far, so good. Many people are applauding. Everyone says, oh, this young man is doing so well. The currency has stabilized. Many more things are happening. Then he felt that he should trumpet his own achievements. And bam, he hit it hard on social media. What did he say? Breaking news. Yesterday, the Ghana Gold Board surpassed its 2025 small-scale gold export target of 100 tons, generating over 10 billion American dollars in foreign exchange for the country. Unprecedented. What? You know what that means? That means we've been able to make 10 billion American dollars. 10 billion American dollars. Remember, we went to the IMF begging for only 3 billion in the days of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. My brother, my sister, and of course, the fugitive, Ken Oforiatta. 3 billion. And they were playing hanky-panky with us. Humpty Dumpty with us. My brother, my sister, the economy crashed like Humpty Dumpty. It sank like the Titanic. Oh gosh. Sammy Gyamfi is telling us that he made 3 times that and even more for the 2025 exports. Oh gosh. We have to applaud that, don't we? It stabilized the city. People have had a very good Christmas. They are waiting for the new year. And everyone is talking about how the economy is in economic buoyancy. My brother, my sister. But Cadman Mills, a brother of John Evans Atta Mills, a former president of this nation, who won the accolade meritoriously, Asumdwehine, he was one of those Ghanaians loved. He died whilst in the presidency. Now, Cadman Mills came out with a sharp rebuttal. And what did he say? Quickly, Cadman Atta Mills says, and unprecedented devastation of our water bodies and environment. Now, the clamor over small-scale mining may have died down somewhat in recognition of government's good faith attempts to deal with galamsey. Of course, he says, but still one thing. However, our deep anxieties remain. So please stop reminding us of the lurking threats to our very survival. Stop touting the unprecedented achievements of the gold board. They ring very hollow. Remember, we had an occasion to deal with this. My brother, my sister, of course, is the truth. If we are getting the gold, how are we getting it? What is the means to the end? If we are polluting water bodies, galamsey is still rife. Politicians are involved in it. Many people are thinking about shoot to kill so that galamsey can stop. My brother, my sister, what are we talking about? Making 10 billion when the forests are still devastated. Well, I placed a call to Sammy Gyamfi and he told me, Blakk Rasta, you know what? I am not interested in galamsey gold. Mahama is not interested in galamsey gold. I will never buy galamsey gold and will never, ever encourage galamsey gold. I thought he was making a lot of sense. Come here! My brother, my sister, Sammy Gyamfi spoke. Now, as if the IMF was listening, bam, a couple of days later, IMF decided to fire back. And what did IMF say? Bloomberg, what did Bloomberg say? What did the West say? The West said that 214 million American dollars were lost right there from the coffers of the Bank of Ghana. How did that happen? Now, the Bank of Ghana has lost 214 million American dollars because of the dealings of the gold board. So if Sammy Gyamfi is talking about his achievements, the achievements of the gold board, he must also remember that so much money, 214 million American dollars, went down the drain. What are we talking about? Sammy Gyamfi came with a quick rebuttal. But before that rebuttal, another man many people have seen to be very vociferous from the other side of politics, the NPP, is KOJO Oppong Nkrumah. My colleague at Joy FM and of course multimedia. This is the man. He used to be the information minister, and in his days he tried as much as possible to communicate for his party. Many people did not see him as honest, especially that he went for vetting for his post in parliament, and many people like Manasseh Azure felt that he told a bag of lies to protect himself and his selfish interest. This is KOJO Oppong Nkrumah. He's also an MP, and of course he represents his party when it comes to the economic business and blah 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 of the economy. This is KOJO Oppong Nkrumah. Now, KOJO Oppong Nkrumah has been talking about Sammy Gyamfi, and he's calling for an investigation of Sammy Gyamfi, the 36-year-old Sunyani boy, the lawyer with very hot brains. What did KOJO Oppong Nkrumah say that has annoyed this 36-year-old lawyer, Sammy Gyamfi? Watch this.
In all contracts, licenses, intermediaries, including this Bower Rock monopoly that this morning we have informed you about. Under this bipartisan inquiry, we will be expecting the Bank of Ghana and the Gold Board to publish the fee structure, the pricing formula, the aggregator selecting criteria, and all foreign exchange arrangements that they have tied to this scheme, which has led to this loss. There are also environmental issues that have to be dealt with. And one of the things we'll be asking for is a suspension of permits in forest reserves and the introduction of serious measures on traceability. Because as at now, we have every reason to believe that state money is being used to buy galamsey gold. Also, we are expecting the governor of the central bank and the chief executive of the gold board to appear before the committee as other persons who will be invited and to provide all the information that is required for the Republic to understand in detail what has happened and to put measures in place to ensure that it doesn't happen again. And where negligence or corruption is proven, prosecutions must follow, and all recoverable funds must be clawed back to the state.
All recoverable funds must be clawed back to the state. Grammar. All recoverable funds must be clawed back. You understand that? The claws of an animal. Clawed back into the coffers of the state. This is the fluent speaking KOJO Oppong Nkrumah. He served as a minister of state, information minister in the erstwhile Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo government. Now this was what Oppong Nkrumah said, and it annoyed Sammy Gyamfi to the maximum. Sammy Gyamfi came back hot on the heels, and this time round he had no mercy. He threw away all caution, and with the ferociousness of a wounded lion, he jumped right into the face of KOJO Oppong Nkrumah, and it looks like he has left him totally bloodied, and the scene is ghastly. See what he put out on social media. Hey, this is Sammy Gyamfi, and he said, folks, I have already served notice. I will effect till Monday, 5th January 2026, be responding and clarifying issues surrounding the IMF's reported loss of 214 million American dollars under the Gold for Reserves program of the Bank of Ghana, implemented in conjunction with the PMMC, now Gold Board. But before that, I hear the Minority Caucus has today addressed a presser making several uninformed and unfounded claims. So I thought it prudent to give you a teaser to nibble on as you enjoy the Yuletide. Below are the losses incurred by the Bank of Ghana from artisanal small-scale gold purchases under its Gold for Reserves and Gold for Oil programs since inception. Audited losses from artisanal small-scale gold purchases under the Domestic Gold Purchase Program 2023. That was under the NPP. Audited losses. And then he is talking about huge figures. 1.8 billion. He's talking about 970 plus million dollars. Ghana cedis, I beg your pardon. And total losses of about 2.15 billion Ghana cedis. Only in 2023. Now in 2024, just before they lost power, see what happened. Audited losses, 667 million Ghana cedis and over. That's the gold component. And then 4.18 billion Ghana cedis total losses. 4.84 billion Ghana cedis in 2024. And now 2025. Which hasn't even ended properly. G40, that's G4, whatever, this continued. Now, G4R, my brother, my sister, approximately 2.3 billion Ghana cedis. These are the losses. That's $214 million. Oh, yes, $214 million from January to September, according to the IMF. And this figure is unaudited. Now the MPP led by KOJO Oppong Nkrumah puts the 2025 total losses at 4.84 billion. Right? That's what he's saying. That's the 2025 losses. And then he comes down to say that the NPP led by KOJO Oppong Nkrumah puts the 2025 Gold for Reserves and audited losses for 2025 at $300 million, which is equivalent to approximately 3.3 billion Ghana cedis. 3.3 billion Ghana cedis. Now here is the interesting paradox. The MPP under whom the BOG made cumulative losses, that's 2023 and 2024, of 7 billion Ghana cedis under the G4O and G4R program, is calling for a probe into how the Bank of Ghana and Gold Board have reduced their losses to 3.3 billion. Laugh out loud. So from 7 billion, the losses have been halved. Much like that. What is even more revealing is that when the BOG under the NPP in the years 2023 and 2024 made a total G4O and G4R losses of 2.15 billion Ghana and 4.84 billion respectively, the Ghana cedi cumulatively appreciated against the US dollar by 27.8% in 2023 and depreciated, I beg your pardon, depreciated against the dollar by 27.8% and in 2023 and 19.2% in 2024. While inflation for 2023 and 2024 stood at 22.3% and 23.8% respectively. Today in 2025, the MPP is complaining about the fact that the BOG, working in conjunction with the Gold Board, has reduced their recurring G4R and G4O losses to 3.3 billion Ghana cedis according to the NPP, and yet inflation has declined for 11 consecutive months from 3.8% to 6.3%. 35% against the US dollar, the first time the cedi is appreciating since the year 2007. What a joke. Well, they say they want a probe. We welcome that probe. Stay tuned for more from 5th January 2026. Jandam can never win. This is Sammy Gyamfi. He calls the minority caucus in parliament hypocritical. If during your tenure you made losses to the tune of over 7 billion, we have come. Within the first year, the losses have been halved. According to the IMF, not even audited yet. And looking at the other side, the cedi has appreciated. And it is directly applicable to the fact that we have gold reserves and even more. Can I tell you more? Again, inflation has gone down from almost 24% in the days of the NPP to only about 7% now as it stands. And it's all because of our gold reserves and the strength of our currency. If you won't applaud us for all these things, and we are looking at the fact that we have halved the losses within 1 year, you wanted us to be able to cancel all the losses and move into profitability. Well, Sammy Gyamfi says he has news for the NPP. He's ready for the probe, and Jandam will never win. Come here. Now the Gold Board. What is the act of parliament that even put it into play? My brother, my sister, there are many people who don't want to read anything constitution. They are tired. They only want to see the economy work. So I'm not going to bore you with articles and blah, 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 blah. Now the Gold Board, as we are told, is not an entity that is a profit-making one. What is the work of the Gold Board? Now, the Gold Board does two very important things. Number one, to be able to buy gold for the Bank of Ghana for its reserves. That's one. What does the Bank of Ghana do with the gold? Now, when you have gold reserves, everyone knows around the world that it helps with the strength of your currency. It is a strong backing for your currency. What does the Bank of Ghana do with the gold? Number 2, it exports the gold for foreign exchange. So when the Bank of Ghana needs gold, all it does is to speak with Gold Board. You know, we need gold for our reserves. 1. Or we need gold to export. Oh gosh. And Gold Board says, okay. Then they go on the field and then they speak to their licensed sellers. Licensed sellers. And then pick up the gold. Buy from them and give out to the Bank of Ghana. Now, when the gold is bought with the Bank of Ghana money, Gold Board serves now as an agent. So the Bank of Ghana now pays Gold Board for its services. Gold Board does not buy gold to keep. Gold Board does not buy gold to export. No, all exports, all the reserves are kept with the Bank of Ghana. My brother, my sister, so with all these things coming in, there is a very interesting twist to this whole thing. Now, Gold Board now walks up to the Bank of Ghana and says, well, we've done a lot of services for you. Are saying, carrying the gold all the way to you, linking you up with the best prices for the gold and all that. And remember, gold prices are not dictated by Gold Board, not even by Ghana. It is done there in London. My brother, my sister, now the Bank of Ghana pays Gold Board for its services. And Gold Board goes to sit down and say, thank God, all the gold that the Bank of Ghana needs, we have supplied that. That's how come. Sammy Gyamfi said, we have done it unprecedentedly. When you go to Gold Board right now, you won't find gold. If you find any gold, then it's because Gold Board wants to make some jewelry. And you know that when PMMC was there, they were making jewelry. They also made some, what's that thing called? Medals and all that. See? Some of them for sale and some of them for commemorative reasons. This is the work of the Gold Board. The Gold Board is not a galamsey group. It's not supposed to be a galamsey group going to buy galamsey gold. It's not supposed to encourage galamsey. What it is supposed to do is to discourage galamsey, yet be able to get quality enough gold for the Bank of Ghana. Gold Board is not supposed to keep gold unless it's going to be used for medals, jewelry, and so on and so forth. And that is just a little amount of gold as compared to what the Bank of Ghana gets. Now, KOJO Oppong Nkrumah has said something very important. And I think that we need to look at it. Come here. What has KOJO Oppong Nkrumah said? He said there must be traceability injected into the work of the Gold Board. In other words, we should be able to trace the gold. Where is this gold from? Is it from Wuntumis Nimri forest destruction? We should be able to see that. In some countries of the world, there are some diamonds called blood diamonds. There are some countries in Africa that have been red marked, never to have diamonds from those countries sold on the international market because of child labor, war, and some other such things. We need to be able to trace the gold that we buy for the Bank of Ghana by the Gold Board. We have to be able to trace that. To which forest? Where was this mined? It is possible with modern technology. That's what Oppong Nkrumah is saying. As for the investigation, as for the probe, Sammy Gyamfi says it's a joke of a century. If you cannot applaud us, do not spoil us. Men say ye din. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushunamo. And here we speak truth to power. When we return, we got more. Hey ya! Hey yo! Woyo!
Go on, Skipper George.
Blackpot. Kuku show them.
This is the Blackpot, aka Kuku Shonemo. And here we speak truth to power. My name is Blakk RASTA. Our numbers are scrolling on the screen. You want to do business with us? We are most excited to do business with you. Yeah? Maybe you have a story you want us to follow up on. We are most excited to do that. Now, you know about Zimanski Hotel, right? It's one of the top class hotels in the whole country. And it's right there at Ridge, Zimanski Hotel. Now, this Yuletide, Zimanski Hotel has had all the roads lead to her. People go there and eat. They have fun. Oh, they are in the rooms. They have their big swimming pool. Oh my God, being enjoyed by people. Yes, from Christmas Eve all the way through. Now there is a big one happening on Sunday, the 4th of January, 2026 at 12 noon sharp. It's called the Special New Year Day Brunch. People are going to eat food that you buy for 100 Ghana cedis. You go there, you are now buying it for 20 Ghana cedis. It's all for the Yuletide. And to introduce you to the quality of Zimanski Hotel. Home away from home. And they are located right there inside Ridge. Please, on the 4th, that's Sunday, 12 noon sharp, make sure you go and enjoy the serenity of Zimanski Hotel. They are located right there at 19 Continental Crescent, Roman Ridge in Accra. The numbers are on the screen. Pick up the numbers and call them. And when you go, make sure you serve yourself well. You pay something small and you can sit there and eat all through that period. Zimanski is home away from home and their rooms are exquisite, beautiful, romantic quality. This is Zimanski, home away from home. Hey, if you just want to chill out this Yuletide, you know what to do. You go to Zimanski and it's a hideout, quiet. Hey, nobody will find you. And we are happy if you can bring the whole family around. This is Zimanski, home away from home. This is the Blackpot, aka Kuku Shonemo. And here we speak truth to power. If you have not as yet subscribe to this channel yet, please do me a favor. It takes only 1 second. Hit on the subscription button. Right after that, you hit on the notification bell so that each time we are on, you will be reminded to watch us. This is the address of the truth. And my name, Blakk RASTA. Story number 2. Watch this. Why Ghana's most notorious prison falling apart. When you go to Nigeria, their most dangerous prison is called Kirikiri. My brother, in that prison, it's like there are no rules. Fights break up anytime. People get lost night and day. They cannot be traced as to how they got lost. Only God can tell. Kirikiri. So if a prisoner is convicted, a criminal is convicted and is going to be imprisoned, their fear and prayer thereafter is that they should never go to Kirikiri. In Ghana, my brother, my sister, we have 47 prisons. 47 prisons. And we have 4 types of prisons in Ghana. The mildest, the camp prison. The next one is the local prison. Now the third one is the central prison. The 4th one is the minimum prison. And the 5th one is the maximum prison. And I'll show you a dose here. How the 47 is broken down. Now, summary of prison types in Ghana. As of 2025, the breakdown of Ghana's prison system by security and type includes one maximum security prison, and that is at Ankafo. one medium security prison right there inside in Sawam. 8 central prisons located in regional capitals to house a variety of offenders, and 24 local prisons, smaller facilities spread across the country. Then we have 7 female prisons, specialized facilities for women, often attached to larger regional commands. And then we have 10 camp and settlement farms, that's open or low security prisons, such as the James Fort prison, which presently, my brother, my sister, is not there. Nkrumah was taken there years back. My brother, my sister. Now, a lot of very important people have been to prison. We all remember Mandela. After over 25 years of being in prison, he came out and became president. Kwame Nkrumah went to prison. A lot of great people have been to prison for one reason or the other. It's not everybody in the prison that's a criminal. On paper, you could be a criminal, but indeed, in reality, you might not be. You could be framed up. That is why it is important for everybody to understand that the prison could be our next home. But in Ghana, it is terrible how we treat our prisons and prisoners. Now, all along, Ghanaian prisoners are fed 1 cedi 80 pesos. That's just a little above $1. My brother, my sister, is that up to $1? Never, not even up to $1. My brother, my sister, is about 2 cents. That is how much a prisoner is fed in a day. When John Dramani Mahama came into power, he decided that no, this is ill-fated. This is wickedness. Let's raise it to 5 Ghana cedis. And it hasn't even started yet. My brother, my sister. Now a prisoner in Ghana would be fed 5 Ghana cedis a day. The prison, is this supposed to be reformative or punitive or both? My brother, my sister. Are you aware that our prisons right here in Ghana, all 47 that we have, my brother, my sister, none of them has a scanner? Are you aware? Now, when you go to the prison to visit anybody, there is nothing like a scanner where they will scan you. Like we have in American prisons, Chinese prisons, Korean prisons, where you'll be scanned to find out if you are taking anything criminal into the prison. No. When you bring bread, they break the bread into 2 and use a stick or a certain metal to juke it, to see if there's something in there. Is the metal a scanner? Your eye, is it a good enough scanner? How about those carrying things in their stomachs and all that? How about those who carry things in places that we can't mention? Hidden places, hairy places, my brother, my sister. They carry these things in and out of the prisons. No wonder our prisons have become crime scenes. Hey, there are some prisons I have been to where they sell food right in the middle of the prison yard. They fry eggs. They sell gari and shito right in the prison yard. As for drugs, don't even go there. They have all sorts of drugs, from cocaine to heroin. And as to how that gets in there, your guess is as good as mine. No scanner in all 47 prisons right here in Ghana. My brother, my sister. Now, another thing about our Ghanaian prison that breaks the heart is the fact that when somebody in court is convicted and they are taking this person to prison, there's no prison officer who is there. That van, that most of the time will make like not even a proper siren, carrying a prisoner from the court to the prison. There's no prison officer. Are the prison officers even told that somebody has been convicted, so expect this person at this time? So if the policeman decides that he's not going to take the prisoner to the prison, and we have had occasions where people in the middle of the journey, prisoners, people who were convicted criminals, were allowed to walk free. Some policeman would just take money from you and say, Master, call. After all, there are no records, coordinated records between the prisons and the courthouses. My brother, my sister, again, when a policeman investigating a certain case is taking a prisoner time after time to the courthouse, I hear he uses his own pocket money because the police vans are very inadequate. Can I repeat that? The policeman who is investigating a certain case, it is his duty to take this guy in remand. If somebody is remanded, he's not a prisoner. He's not guilty. He's not charged as guilty yet. But they are also put in prison. They are treated like prisoners. They eat the food of the prisoners. They do almost everything like prisoners. So in Ghana, remand, a remander is just a convicted criminal. In other countries, they have separate facilities for remand. But in our jurisdiction, remand is the same as jail. Is there a difference between prison and jail anyway? Prison is for convicted criminals, I am told. Jail, my brother, my sister, is for remanders and other such people. Can I tell you more? Now, the policeman who is using his own money to take the remander to court, left, right, and center, at a point he feels that his pocket is draining. Holes are being made in his pocket. Most of the time, they will go to the court, or they might not even appear there. And when the remander is not taken to court once, twice, thrice, the judgment is nailed on the head of this remander and is put in there for no fault of his. There are other times I am told that the police officer, because he doesn't want to be going left, right, and center from the prison to the court and vice versa, he will tell the remander, when we go, just plead guilty. They will set you free. Just tell the court that you are guilty. So sometimes, even in the middle of the pronouncement of the sitting judge, you would see a remander raise his hand. My Lord, Patrol me D4. Say, who the force say, I'm reading, I've not even come to that. Yes, I am guilty. And they are jailed. Heavy sentences because they were misled by a certain investigator who doesn't want to be going to and fro, and therefore he has looked for a shorter way. It's very sad, my brother. I am truly, truly sad that some of these things happen in our prisons. But again, I have something interesting. Which is the most dangerous prison in Ghana? Come here! When you go to Edum, there is the Kumasi Central Prison. Is congested. A place that was made for about 600 people. Right now is taking over 1,600 people. And it's in the middle of town. Established in 1901. Long before Nsawam prison was built. My brother, my sister, this is the Kumasi prison, the Kumasi Central Prison. Recently, the prison did something that made me really happy. They looked at the reformative part rather than always looking at the punitive part. They had a fashion parade. Fashion parade. And they had to blindfold all the prisoners for obvious reasons as to how they were able to see through the blindfold and do the walking on the runway. Sponsors paid money. and had these wonderful people, all these people modeling prisoners. People were invited to come into the prison yard and watch these talents. Look at this guy here. On a very good day, you would think that this is Boris KOJO. True? On a very cool day, this could be a Hollywood superstar. How many people know that some of these people could just come out and be the next superstars? This is what they did. People sat left, right, and center while they modeled and showed their skills. After all the modeling and all the beautiful clothes, they will go back to the crowded prison. A place that is supposed to take 5 people takes between 45 and 50 people, sometimes even 60. Look at them. Cholera, CSM, that is the domicile. In the morning, you know what they give them to eat? Cocoa. Most of the time, no sugar, let alone bread. In the afternoon, you know what they give them? You know what they give them? In the afternoon, they give them yokegari, what we call gobe. Don't dream of fish. Don't dream of meat. Not even 1 man 1,000. In the night, sometimes they give them bankun and the soup. They have a special name for the soup. I'm trying to remember the soup. Some funny name. Kontoli something. Zontoli. Zontoli. Ha! Who taught us this? That somebody has committed a crime, so we nail him before the final day. And we know that some of these people are innocent. It's because the system is weak. Other people have been able to twist it around and wag it around like a doll. You give them zontoli. And I hear zontoli, granite soup that is supposed to be thick and nice. It's like water. When you look at it, you can see your face in there. You are making the people more hardened. What is the difference between a maximum and a minimum prison? We have only 2 of their kind. 1 minimum and 1 maximum. One at Nsawam, which is the minimum, and the one at Ankafo as the maximum. Hi! My brother, my sister, now the Nsawam prison was built in 1956, 1 year before independence. But the first prisoner went in there on the 10th of October, 1960. It took 4 years to put the first prisoner there. In Sawam, it was originally built for 717 inmates. How many people are in there now? Over 2,000. Why? Why are we so wicked? Yet we say the prison is 90% reformative. It's a minimum prison. The maximum one is right there in Ankafo. I think that was where Shatawale and his people were sent to. Why did they send Shatawale there? Now the maximum one, listen, is normally never overcrowded. It is more comfortable. Can I tell you more? And which kind of prisoners do they send there? Hardened criminals, hardened remanders, and above all, prisoners who have a higher tendency of escape. So, if you are a certain kind of remander or prisoner who has a certain fan base, people are hailing you. Hey, Kwame Mensah, Kwame Mensah. And the prison authorities realized that all these fans could just break into the prison and free this guy. You won't go to Nsawam. They won't take you to Kumasi. They won't take you to other places. You go to Ankafo. One, Ankafo is so far away. Far away. Oh yes. And two, over there, the security is tighter than a virgin. Tight. The walls are thicker and higher. That is the difference between a maximum and a minimum prison. Atayi was there. And he's still there. Hardened criminals who can easily escape, they take you there. Those of you who have watched Jailbreak, the wall is as fat as Ngozi and high like a Asiebua Memfi. They make sure that the gates are like the gates to hell, very thick and solid. You can't escape out. So if you are somebody like a musician or an athlete or somebody who is known and you are going to be remanded, they won't take you to Nsawam. They will take you straight to Ankafo. That's a maximum prison. The word maximum is for maximum security. My brother, my sister, we have only one of its kind in Ghana, and it's at Ankafo. My brother, my sister, which is the most dangerous prison in Ghana? And it is very interesting. What makes a prison dangerous? The fact that the inmates there are wild. They can catch prisoners and beat them up. Catch prison officers, whip the hell out of them. Drugs are all over the place. People can escape no matter how much the security is. Guns are in prison. Weapons are in prison. Most of the time, these are the things we look out for and say a certain prison is notorious. The most popular prison and the biggest in Ghana is Nsawam prison, built in 1956. But the most dangerous is not Nsawam. The most notorious, overcrowded, could be Nsawam, could be Kumasi, but where the notorious prisoners are taken to is right there at Ankafo. Ankafo prison. We have the Ewutu prison as well. My brother, my sister. And over there they have large portions of land. My brother, my sister. And instead of using part of this for farms, so prisoners can have good food to eat and even sell some of the food, they have left it as if they were starting a certain forest reserve. Today, my brother, my sister, we have decided to look at our prisons and also remind the government in power that the non-custodial bill has been hanging on for the past 8 years. It's not every crime that should be sent to prison. Some could be fined and all that. We don't have that bill in Ghana yet. Our prisons are choked and they are becoming notorious and they are falling apart. The prison nobody wants to go to because it has the highest amount of security. Ankafo. Before your family would even come and visit you, hey, they will have to trek. You saw it, it's in the bush, deep. Before you reach there, you would have met Moses on the way. You would have also met Elijah and Elisha. And if you are lucky, they will carry you in the chariot. It's not an easy prison. It's lonelier than any prison in Ghana. Is notoriety for some of these characteristics very high. It is nobody's prayer to go to that prison, even though paradoxically it has never been overcrowded. Let's treat our prisoners well. I like what is happening at the Kumasi Central Prison, the modeling and all these things. This is the first time we are seeing that in the history of Ghanaian prisons. Modeling. I haven't seen that, have you? But stop giving them zone toli. It's the Black Pots, aka Kukushonomo. And here we speak truth to power. When we return, we got more. Hey ya! Hey yo! Wayo!
Skipper George.
Blackpot. Coco show, man.
It's the Black Pot, aka Kukushonomo, and here we speak truth to power. If you have not as yet subscribed to this channel yet, please, this is the opportunity. Hit on the subscription button. Right after that, you hit on the notification bell so that each time we are on, you will be reminded to watch us. We love you. We appreciate you. And if you have a story that you want us to follow up on, hey, we are masters of the game. The fastest growing show, TV online. We are called Black Empire Media. Come here. All right, time now to look at your messages. Okay? So you can send them via YouTube. They could also come via Facebook. And I have a very beautiful name, Agbeshi. Agbeshi is here. Agbeshi Victor. He says, great job, Black. Richmond Nana Nyan says 100%. Nana Ogunpawa says, Black Rasta, Mu of Fire. Abebio Phillips says, Black, you are great. Joe DK Quist says, waiting for another episode of The Truth. Go on, Black. Joining the class all the way from Hamburg, right there in Germany. Okay? Conscious Agbe Menu Awosu says, greetings, my guru. God bless. Let it blaze. Sean Street Storm says, why, Black? You are the prophet of patriotism. Della Hammond says, fire, yeah. Ino Dino Dimako says, good evening, Black Rasta. Respect to you all the time. Black, I've been thinking of asking you this question. Is it true that Barack Obama wanted to offer you American citizenship and you refused? I think we've told this story over and over. Of course, there was that conversation. Oh, do you want a citizenship? Have you ever been interested in having an American citizenship? I said, no, sir. I'm a Ghanaian. Up till now, not even then. Up till now, I don't still want it. I'm Ghanaian. I was brought here for a purpose. For other Ghanaians to be proud of me someday. I said, there was a guy called Black Rasta, you know. This was what he did. He did this, and they would study me in the schools. If I quickly take up an American citizenship, which Nkrumah never did, which Jomo Kenyatta never did, or a British citizenship, the glory goes to the British. The glory goes to the Americans. That is why when I speak out of anger and frustration, some people might see it to be jealousy or envy. But my brother, it is for the betterment of the nation. Hallelujah. Conscious Agbemenu Awosu and Albert Fifi Agia are watching. We love you. And they are still watching. Ibrakadabra says, Assalamu alaikum. Emmanuel Ama. No one is immune to criticism when in government. Sammy Gyamfi should go with all his good works. Kofi Rock says, you are not doing any sensible thing here. Okay, I don't know who you are referring to. Okay. So Emmanuel Ama says, no one is immune to criticism. Yes, that's a Sammy Gyamfi thing. And Kofi Rock says, and so what? I don't know what actually it is. Okay. Yeah, I mean, when you're doing things, sometimes you have distractors coming in and all that. But please focus on what we are talking about rather than bantering with each other and all that. Once in a while it can happen, but focus. Okay? Ahmed Tijani Suleiman says, a move of fire, Blakk. Ivy Lee says, hi family, happy new year to you all. Alexander Kwesi says, Tuma Blakk Rasta. The failed Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo government is making unnecessary noise. But Ghanaians are still picking their teeth from the holidays meat they haven't finished eating. Watching you live from Ontario in Canada, the coldest country. All right. Salute, my brother. Salute of patriotism. More comments coming in, and this is Yakubu Usman. It says, good evening, Blakk Rasta. Naun Gumti Kache table. Naun Gumti ni table. Yes. May God, protect us from troubles, right? Troubles. Say it every day in your closing prayer. Okay, I hear you. Frank Edusa says, come here. Dela Hamad says, I blame the AG and the court for delaying the MPP criminal cases. Most of them should have been in jail. Then you will know that the NDC is serious. Well, I think Mahama was thinking about a very fast court where things can go quickly. I think it's needed right now. Because should these people come into power one more time, they will free all their criminals. I'm telling you. So jail them now so that at least they will suffer small before these people come. And our prayer is that by the time they come, that's if they come at all, they would have learned sense in prison. Pat Awa says, greetings, Blakk Rasta. How are you doing, Pat? Okay, more comments. And we'll take the comments right after this one here. Okay? Share the broadcast. Story number 3. Watch this. 2 prophets warn Ghana against going for US World Cup. Woo! Now, Ghana is a very spiritual country. Even our first president, Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, was overly spiritual. He set out trying to become a priest, and along the journey, like Jonah, he was diverted from his dream to be a priest and brought right into his real destiny of Pan-Africanism and leadership. My brother, my sister, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. We all remember Kankai Nyame. We all remember stories told about Kwame Nkrumah going to the seaside and praying all night. Ghana is such a spiritual and religious country. Ghana has qualified for the World Cup. Before Ghana qualified for the World Cup, a certain prophet by name Prophet Henry Corey prophesied that Ghana was going to fall out of the AFCON so disgracefully. And it was held in La Côte d'Ivoire. Am I correct? And right after that, Ghana will qualify for the World Cup. But Ghana will be kicked out the same way she was going to be kicked out in the ongoing AFCON. Many people came down insulting him, calling him names, but it happened. Ghana was kicked out. Oh yes, of the AFCON. It was so sad. Ghanaians lamented, some cried. And then Ghana actually qualified for the World Cup. Let's listen to what Prophet Henry Corey, aka Prophet Oja, what he said. Fire Oja. Watch this.
25. Ghana for some more covered cup. And yes, are going for Black Stars.
Welcome, Black Stars.
Said you 2 warm Africa Cup and Saturday 2 warm World Cup on him.
African Cup, same thing.
Me ponko fitana metana so ni bi
Saw a white
na me
horse.
se ponko na wo.
I saw that the horse
Na
had
me
given
se
the
enkofo bi ba ponko no.
some people were coming
Na me
closer
se
to the horse.
ponko de na kiki enkofo no.
He kicked the people off.
No muni na tete ko hwe
And all
obachi.
of them
Me
fell
share
off.
na me hu ye.
I looked and
Na
I
me se
saw.
a team of friend Black
So it
Star
was a
team.
team called
Na
Black
omo
Stars.
ben ponko na
And they were
ponko
getting
de
closer
na
to the horse.
po wo ma kiki.
Then he hit
He said
the
I
horse.
said then already say ya na be ya wo mo.
This is what is going to
Our
happen
World Cup
in the World Cup.
na ebeye bufu class in Africa
going to
Cup
be
ne de.
Terrible.
And people will start insulting
Now,
them.
for the Stars, yet to one and
So
seven.
that's what be any Black
There's no
Star
hope.
World Cup wa mo say that money. Me did the prophet Jedidian recall. On my need now.
Come here. So the Black Stars qualified, as he said. And he said the Black Stars will be kicked out. So Ghanaians should minimize their expectations. And he prophesied before the Black Stars qualified for the World Cup. There's a coach who many people don't really believe can do the work. And others also believe that yes, this coach might be able to spring a surprise. Whatever it is, Prophet Henry Corey, aka Fire Oja, is saying that they will be kicked out. He saw them kicked out just like a horse kicks out anything it doesn't want around it. And this is the group that Ghana is in. Group L. England, Croatia, Ghana, and Panama. The only non-football country there is Panama. And even with Panama, these days, the non-football nations are beginning to spring surprises. England allegedly invented football. England is a country where a lot of Africans ply their trade as footballers. True? Tony Yeboah played in England, right? He also played in Germany. Many of our great superstar footballers played there. Michael Essien played there. Chelsea, we all remember. England. Croatia. I think we had a coach who was from there. No, he was from Serbia. Croatia is also a great football nation. Ghana is the Brazil of Africa when it comes to football. But these days, it looks like the Brasilia in us is becoming alumina, is fading off. But football, my brother, my sister, many people see as a game. The World Cup has gone beyond the game. In fact, it represents the sovereignty of the nation. How many people agree with me? Now, when a nation like Ghana goes to the World Cup and does well, it gives the whole of Africa a very good name. It encourages tourism. It makes the spectacles of the world come on Ghana to look for more talents. Again, we make a lot of money by even just qualifying for the World Cup and participating. And when we reach a certain level, more money comes in. It's good enough to cushion at least some aspect of our economy. When Cameroon went for the World Cup, we all saw how each time they had the ball, oh, the Africans have the ball, the Africans have the ball, the Africans have the ball. It was always Africans, Africans, Africans. And borrowing the words of my very good brethren, Paul Adumochri, the glory came to Africa, not to Cameroon alone. Roger Miller. Anytime in those days, somebody met an African, they asked you if you had seen Roger Miller before. If Roger Miller, as if the whole of Africa was one homogeneous country and Roger Miller was the president. That's how powerful the World Cup is. It's gone beyond just a game. It is actually a national sovereignty for each of the nations going there. They fly high your flags. People who have never heard about your country now get to know. Millions of people are watching pay-per-view. Millions are watching all over the world. It opens your country to a lot of things. The more you stay in the World Cup, the better your chances of drawing more people's attention to your country. And in this time of technology and business, you cannot underestimate the fact that the World Cup is an important thing. Fire Oja says, from the spirit, Ghana will be kicked out worse than it was done during the AFCON. If this is anything to go by, we might not go beyond the first round. And Ghanaians will be angry. How many people believe in prophecy? And how many people believe in Fire Oja? Come here. Apart from Fire Oja, there's a prophet who has made a lot of name for himself recently. He's made some very, very powerful prophecies go viral. From death prophecies all the way to disaster prophecies and so on and so forth. He's a Kumasi-based prophet. He's called Prophet Roger. This is the man. And he's still glamoring in his newfound moments of joy and glory. This is the man, Prophet Roger. Now, Prophet Roger is saying something that is very sensitive. Let me not take the wind out of his sail. Watch this.
Memeduho mejima koda 30. Which is 2026 Ghana Elko World Cup. You want to say spiritually?
Well,
the BM don't cost me Ghana US.
Good. Yeah, for sure. World Cup na ankasa na day ni mo no. Erade hu ewiase nyina amobo. No hu Ghana nyina amobo a World Cup no kra hwe maso. Because I am seeing that there's going to be a very big war. Our America.
2026.
Yes. Your conquest pa na se unity a ebema World Cup ne maso na. Aye. Obi anim Ghana ya hoden. Ye nyina ye nim se cup ne nyaade a. Ye we nya nkomhye. Ye hwe ya hoden a. Sebe uhwe wano no watwa wadua ne ebekọ an. Ye nyina nim se nyaade a cup ye kọ a ye betimi age. But ye dem pa ye ta ye mrante na chi. Se omukọ a Erade nya omadum no omo homoden. Na at least baby betimi adu a ebema Ghana nim beba nyam no omo aba. I am not a football type. Enti me share dan tena say say me hwe ball no say Black Star be ye den ye be ba me de me mpa boni so obi e be hye ne bia ye nhye no yan show bi akra ne Erade mo enye nhye England for wait, this is not a prophecy. Just
He says he foresees a shake-up in America. I don't want to use the word he used. He foresees something that will befall America. America would go to war. America would have a disagreement and the World Cup will not happen at all. But he says, let's keep praying. He has a huge following. People follow him in Kumasi, in Accra. He moves from radio station to TV station, talking about the spirit and all that. And a lot of the times, what he said came to pass. How many people believe in Prophet Roger's prophecies? One prophet says Ghana would go to the World Cup, but they will be kicked out. That means the World Cup will come on. Another man says, I see in the spirit that the World Cup will not happen because America will start to litigate. But let us pray. He again says that we know the strength of Ghana. We know we can't go and bring the cup. Let us be honest. But our prayer is that at least if we don't beat any country at all, we should beat England. Of course. He's looking at our history. They came here, colonized us. It's time to teach them a lesson. My brother, my sister. So you see, the World Cup is more than just a game. It's a war of sovereignties. Will the World Cup happen? What will Rogers say if it does happen? Would he say, oh, we prayed? So, as most of the prophets say, when their prophecies do not come to pass. But does that show the power of the prophet when his prophecies come to pass? Or when he's able to pray against that? Fire Oja has said that Ghana would go there before Ghana was able to qualify. But he says Ghana will go nowhere. And looking at that group, it looks like it's a group of death. True? My brother, my sister. So if this does not happen, maybe the other one might happen. I think the prayer of most Ghanaians is that neither of them happens. So Ghana can go and win the cup, shock the world. So we'll give the credit to Okomfo Anoche, who brought down the golden stool. This time around, we are bringing home the golden cup. So we can be happy. Right? That's the prayer of every Ghanaian. Any which way. The two prophets have spoken. What do you think? It's the Black Pot, aka Kukushodamo. And here, we speak truth to power. Let's see your final comments. And we're out of here. Remember to share the broadcast. Our numbers are also scrolling on the screen. Pick up the numbers and do business with us. Maybe you want us to follow up on a certain story that is so dear to your heart. We are more than just excited to do that, my brother, my sister. Okay? Okay, so Rap Thunder says, welcome, legendary Blakk. Emmanuel Amua says, fantastic. And Emmanuel Ania says, hi, Blakk, welcome. Ashanati says, hey, most excited to be part of this great family. We love you. Emmanuel Ania comes back to say, Blakk, why give us that serious face anytime you say, come here? Because it's said with authority. Come here! Authority. That's it. Okay, focus techniques. Patiently waiting. JDSGHS, greetings, Blakk. We are live. Woyoy. Raskaba says, like. Show. Like the show. And share. Black Pot with Black Rasta himself. More respect to you, big brother. Big up yourself. Always. And Emmanuel Ania says, Oppong Nkrumah is a disgrace to journalism. He sold his conscience, and since then, I never liked him. Charlotte Agbeka says, welcome, Blakk. Ameto Michael says, come here. Woyoy. And Nana Ntakrahene, wow, says greetings and Jagaid, respect. We love you, Nana Ntakrahene. Focus technique says Kukushodamo. Kelly Blakk says, Black Rasta, if you speak the Ewe language, you really make me happy. Can you help me to let the Iyoko boss to sign my petition, please? It's so easy. Just take a walk there and ask to meet with the boss. Capo de Tutti Capi, Raymond Acha. He's so accessible. You go through the normal security check and he will listen to you. All right? By all means, it will be done. All right? Yes, you are helping him do his work, so he will certainly do it. JDSGH says, Blakk, speak truth to power. Nobody is bigger than the truth. Why, our country or nothing. Stephen Jackson says, why, we are live in the Tuesday class and we are here to learn patriotism. Good evening to you, Mr. Black Rasta, and I hope you're doing well. And then Simply Physics says, Black Pot, aka Kukushodemo. Emmanuel Ania says, Sammy Gyamfi should focus and stop responding to anything and just anyone. He is all over the place, which is not good for him. Wani Boy says, good evening, Mr. Black Rasta. How is everything going with you and the family? We go. Tijani Mohammed says, greetings, Blakk. We speak truth to power. Wayoy. Yakubu Abdul says the Rasta shrine in a side shikis listically mood. More fire. Emmanuel Ania says Oppong Nkrumah should just shut up. He has no moral right to criticize anyone. He has lost all credibility ever since he joined politics. Audu Isaka says peace on to our country, Ghana. All right, more comments coming in. You could send them via YouTube. They could also come via Facebook. All right. Yes, and Audu Isaka says peace unto our country, Ghana. Kwashi Kudeka says all this brouhaha is to distract the gold board, but the gold board should stand steadfast. Audu Isaka says, and peace to the whole world. George Asamoah says this guy always talks about Ashantis, but he used to live there. Which guy? Leonard Kofi says, enemies of the state. Joshua Ayamob says, this is the black pot where the truth prevails over partisanship and personal sentiments. Bori Issa says, $214 million is equivalent to 2 million cedis. It's far better than the, how's it called? 10 million cedis in erstwhile administration of the NPP, right? Gold for oil policy and several losses. NPP has no shame to talk on the economy. Solomon Ajete says, fire, Emmanuel Ania says, Blakk, can you please stop showing the faces of these so-called NPP politicians? Their faces remind me of all the pain they put us through for the past 8 years. Communist team says, KOJO Oppong Nkrumah should let us breathe. He should shut up and let the young man do his job. Honestly, Black Rasta, thank you for your good work. I'm watching you live from Long Island in New York City. Okay? More comments. All right. Coming in, and we see Ashanate, and he says, this KOJO is lucky we don't insult on this platform. He could have seen the other side. I'm glad that you have taken it like that. No insults. Please, you can make your point without the insults, okay? Malik Boy says, hi. Raskaba says, assalamu alaikum, my big brother Black Rasta. Allah protect you. Malik Boy is so excited. Allah Santayiru says, Black Rasta, I messed it up. In the Sammy Gyamfi's document, you are reading from the G for R is gold for reserve, and G for O is gold for oil. He used acronyms. Oh, yes. We started it from the top, so we mentioned all that, right? Yeah, we mentioned all that. Anyway, thank you for coming through, okay? Black Rasta, please explain it well. Oh, I thought I did. Which part of it? Okay? And then gold for oil and gold, G for R, that's gold for reserve. Yes, we know that. We mentioned it earlier, right? Gabriel Adenu says, KOJO Oppong Nkrumah is a disaster and it's a disgrace to his constituency. He should shut up. Nonsense. Kwekuchreja First says, much respect, African teacher. Only the truth can make a man live. Only the truth can set a man free. The general says NPP and DC are two thieves attacking each other all the time. But nobody gets jailed. Okay? Comments are free. Okay? And then we have Albert Fifi Agia. He's watching. Tom Post says, good evening, my brother Blakk. I hope all is well with you. Okay? And then we also have Selassie GH. He says nonsense to a certain, I don't know. Okay. Daniel Kweku Fui Ajololo says nincompoop. Okay. Nincompoop People's Party are just wasting Ghanaians' times with foolishness. Okay? All right? Opinions coming down, and we have more comments coming in. Joe DK Quiz said the NPP is only looking for a corruption scandal recorded under this government. They are just uncomfortable because in 2017, during their turnout, there were numerous corruption scandals before the end. They just want the government to fail, but I am sure that the government officials are aware. Stephen Apia Kubi says, stop your stupidity. Do you know more than the IMF? Please, words like that. Stupidity and all that, especially when you are using it against human beings. Okay? All right, so it's been the Black Pot, aka Kukushonamo, and here we speak truth to power. We love you and we appreciate you. It's been a great day. Continue to love Ghana, Ghana is our country. We love country. Yanara, Sassine, you know, Tingbang, Yala, Tigba, Tingbang. This is our father's land. We love you, Ghana, and we'll stand by you for generations yet to come. We'll make it a better place. I pledge. Do you pledge? I'll catch you again tomorrow between 6 and 8. Until then, my name Blakk Rasta is the Black Empire Media's Black Pot, aka Kuku Shodomo, where we speak truth to power. Hey ya! Hey yo! Wayo! Kogu!